What was the challenge? What was the reason that you were in the market for some kind of solution, whatever it may be?
So there's various reasons why we needed help. One of them is we didn't have a consistent sales process, and we realized over time that the view we had of who were our target clients and what their needs were had become fairly outdated. And in addition to that, I would say we were just swamped with our day-to-day of answering inbounds, pursuing outbounds, and therefore didn't really take the time to stop and reflect on what our sales process was and whether it was fit for purpose.
Okay, cool. Cheers. And in terms of why it was that you chose to engage with Immerse, what was the reasoning for that?
So we wanted to really take a deep look at, what our process was, whether or not it needed to change. We had some good hints that, some things weren't working exactly as we were hoping. But beyond that, we were also hoping to, get a new process in place that would really fit within the culture and not be imposed onto us from the outside, but really emanate from the team working together. And so that plus, to be honest, a referral. We were referred to Immerse, and when we met Mornay, it immediately clicked that this is what we needed.
I love it. Love it. And then specifically on the boot camps itself, why was it that when Mornay shared with you what the boot camps were, that it was like, that's it. That's what we need to do?
So on the boot camp itself, I think one of the first things was, it was a perfect occasion for us to kind of make that time out of the day-to-day to really delve into our sales process and more generally, what our operations are. And as I said, once he had presented it, this notion of getting our high-value target customer, high-value needs figured out in detail was really something that struck us as really relevant to the challenges we were facing. And as I said, it was also just a great signal to the team that we were going to invest, in ourselves, in our process, in making the time to take a step back from the day-to-day in order to, make our lives easier over the long run.
Perfect. And that's a perfect tee up to what was the impact. So we had 3 pretty intense 8 or so hour days together. And we're now doing this maybe a month or so after the last one. So the question, what's been the impact? What's been the result? How's it manifested post bootcamp?
Well, I'll say 2 things. I'll tell you the sort of general view of how the bootcamp impacted us, but also some specific examples. So in general terms, we came out of there with a much clearer view of who we were targeting. Another aspect of the impact from the bootcamp was knowing where things got stuck. So it was really useful for us to kind of deep dive on the stuff we were doing or weren't doing that was making things harder for us. And also we came out with a clear sort of action plan of basically the higher value actions. And I love to think of, things in a 20-80 mindset. So the 20% effort we could invest and get 80% of the results. In terms of things that happened, immediately after, I would say there was already a very clear sort of impetus in the team to really manage the discovery part of the process a lot better. So I would say that was the first kind of a eureka moment almost where we jumped into a discovery call with a client and we went through the line of questioning, and that really helped us kind of save a lot of time, hone in what their needs were, and then from there adapt our proposal.
Look, mate, I really, really, really appreciate you taking the time. So often with a product and a service like ours, people don't know what it's like until they experience it. So by being able to have somebody say, this is what we did, this is how it worked, this has been the impact, it's absolute gold, and it translates 10 times better than what we could ever do when we say, like, trust us, it is good, it is good. It's something completely different when it comes from someone like yourself. So huge thank you. Really, really, really appreciate it. and it was very good to catch up.
You know, after doing that workshop, we really realized that investing in ourselves like this, investing in taking the time with the team, with external facilitation, in this case, you know, done by Oliver, it was really an amazing way to get the right stakeholders in the room. And frankly, it's probably the best money we spent on ourselves over the past year. So really, really happy with the outcome.
Boom. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate it.